Hello! Today I'd like to show you a bunch of turnarounds. And I think in the process of me showing them to you, you'll probably start to figure out how you can just create your own pretty easily. I'm tuned to G, G, D in the middle, high G. I'm going to start off with one that probably, if you've been playing any length of time at all, you already are familiar with. Starts on the 3rd fret of the middle string, 2nd fret, so it went down chromatically. That means 1 fret at a time. 3, 2, 1, 0. And then you can go to the 5 chord, which is on the 7th fret. That one works really good with slide too. Or you can use a turnaround to end a song too, which usually you can do that like the 1st fret. Or up here on 11. There are other spots, but that's not what it's about today, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So I'll do that again for you. There it is as an ending. Now I would like to point out that this is the 3rd fret. Up here it's a G note. So this note here is the 7th, dominant 7th or minor 7th, or some people call it the blues 7th of the scale. So you're going down from the 7th. And 7th represents an interval. An interval is a distance between 2 notes and they have names. So any note, this note here being the root, and this note here, that's a dominant 7th away. So I'm going to be throwing out some of that stuff today. Don't worry about it. You don't have to pay any attention to it because there's going to be tabs and there's going to be licks. But I'm just going to mention some of the names. So anyway, we're going to go up here an octave. Find that 7th up here, right, which is right below the octave, which would be 8. 12th fret is 8 or the octave. There's a 7th. So you could do the same thing. That's another thing that works well with slide. Now you can also do very similar things starting on the 5. Or, so if you can go from the 5, you can add a note to it. I'm going to add this note here. Now that might sound like you've heard that before a lot. So that was 7 and 9, and then 6 and 8, 5 and 7, and then 4 and 5. So you might be thinking to yourself, that's interesting. So up here, the distance from this note to this note is called a major 6th. I'm not going to spell it out for you, I'll just let you know. So that's the same distance here, that's another 6th. That's another 6th. This here is a minor 6. Because the distance from this note to this note is less than the distance from that note to that note. This move is moved down, so that makes it less, right? Just saying. Okay, so if you can do that here with that note, you can go across to the octave, which is also D, by the way, and do the same thing with this note. And I know you notice there, this note here we mentioned before is actually the root note, G, as open, G, A, B. So this is the 3rd. So even though this is a major 3rd, this shape here. So you might be wondering, what is this shape? It's a minor 3rd. Or, so that's cool. One there, one here. You can also go upwards. I'm starting again on this shape here, this minor 3rd shape, with the 7th fret and the 9th fret on the middle string. Or once again, you can use these as to end the song or just turn around the song. And if you don't know, turnaround applied to blues just means where the progression, especially a 12-bar progression, where it just starts again. It's usually in a 12-bar. It's the 12th bar. That term isn't exclusive to blues. It can also be used for pop and other stuff. But that's what it means, is you're going back into a section that repeats. And it's just a lick that gets you there. So, if we go up here, this is the octave of everything. So if this worked, then this would work. So you noticed before that the major third worked as well. But that might be a little hard to get to. But you can do it like this. Here's that 7th note. This was the 7th. This is the octave of the 7th. Still call it a 7th. I'm told by a lot of people they really like that. And of course you can do the octave of this note over here. That's not my favorite, but you can do that. So there is a whole bunch of turnarounds, and as you can see, you can just start to find them yourself just about anywhere. And one other thing that's really neat, let's say about this ending turnaround I did before. You don't need open strings. So if you're playing with people and they're playing at A, and you need a turnaround, whatever number of frets you are away from the open G, you take these turnarounds and you just move them up by that much. There you go, bunch of turnarounds. Have a great day. Bye.